What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Minecraft Modded Survival. Today, I have a couple of things planned. I want to go ahead and keep working on the zoo. We have a bunch of end creatures that I want to try and get into a home. But before we start that, we're going to go ahead and find some of the structures that we've been missing, just to get their achievements. But before we do that, you know what we got to do, as always. Ball, we already have that. Top hat, we already have that. Big ribbon, we already have that. Magikarp, we have that. You know what, I'm just going to get a new hat, and I'll be right back. Okay, looks like today's hat is going to be the RGB Dragon Skull. Definitely don't have that one yet. So we'll put the baby turtle on there, looking mighty. And then, holy cow, I look incredible. I just want to keep this one on for the rest of this series. But I know that's not how this works. So, with that being said, we have our hat change. Put all of these hats in chest shame. Then, go ahead and get on to our first structure. So, on my way to our first structure, I found this, which is a structure that I've been to before. I don't know if I ever did it on the channel or if it was just a side thing, but I've been here before. I also found this, which apparently I missed before. Journal Day 182. Our team of researchers have begun our descent into the depths of these ruins. They go down much further than we first anticipated. Travis went down yesterday and he still hasn't returned. I'm afraid he won't ever emerge. I'm going in, wish me luck. Day 213. Don't go down. Booking spell. Okay. Interesting. I love the lore and stuff that you get from these little structures and everything. Anyway, that's how much further we have to go. I'll see you at our first structure. Okay, we should be coming up on our first, yes. Here we go. Trouble is brewing. Witch Villa. Sure. With Witch Villa. Here we go. Wow. This is much bigger than I was expecting. There's a slime in the pool. Oh my god, I love it. Man, this is, yeah, much bigger than I thought. This is really cool. Kind of a shame that this big tree is blocked the main kind of thing. But cool looking. Okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and take a look around. And we'll move on to our next structure. Okay, so I was on my way to the next location. And I found another of the Tinkerer's workshops, like the one that we have by the base. And so I went down, because I was like, I'm just going to take all the create stuff from it, because the create stuff is annoying to make. So, you know, I was going to just take all the create stuff from it. As it turns out, this thing goes so much deeper than I realized, and has more books in it than I realized. Lab. Rope pulley. Rope pulley is an incredible effective means of vertical transportation. Additional input needed is rather minimal. So it's got like rocky rollers. The shaking effect of the rocky rollers creature is incredible. Maybe you could just use something similar by crafting the scales. That's from Alex's Mobs. Encased fans. Lab encased fans. The encased fan makes for an excellent agent of chaos. Blowing mobs all around can make navigating my workshop much harder for those trying to steal my inventions. So like this, and this thing, let's just, there it is. Oh wait, I don't actually think it works anymore. I think I broke the stuff needed to make it work. Anyway, we're gonna head down to the bottom. Turns out I didn't break the source because these are still spinning. There was one of the Tansu's trees generated in the path of the line, so we broke it. And we have another massive room with a whole bunch more mechanical drills and encased fans. Jeez, this place is so much bigger than I thought it was. What the heck is that? There's a whole moving platform over there. That's awesome. And one over here. What? This place is incredible. How have I never found this before? So I've made it to the bottom, and there's this giant vault door. So I'm genuinely curious to see what's behind this. I've never found this. Get the torch off. There. Okay, well, doing that doesn't do anything. So let me figure out how to get this open without breaking it, because I don't want to break it. And then we'll be back. So I figured it out. It just had one too many gearboxes on it. Now, whoa, there's a whole bunch of books, a whole bunch of stuff in general. Jeez. Right, let's see. Well done. Rods of fire. Senti pants? Cave centipede suit. Notes. I attempted to sew cave centipede legs together into a sort of suit. Results were astounding. Climb right up walls around my workshop. I love that this incorporates the Alex's Mob stuff too. Okay. Rods of fire. Dang. Okay. Blaze rod experiment. After thoroughly testing the rods of fire, I discovered that they make great lighting sources. Place them down with the proper equipment and great. Oh, whoa. I didn't know that. That's good to know. I can use that. And well done. You've made it into the Tinkerer's Vault, huh? Well done. Outdone my glorious traps, bobs, bip, whoops. Bimp, whoops. You deserve what's coming your way. 30 sheets. Diamond. Whoa. Brass hands. This is awesome. Now I gotta go back to the other one and loot the other one. Also, kind of tempted to steal this door. So I'm gonna grab all this and then we'll move on to our next area. Welcome to our next location, the Pillager Manor. Massive. Alright, gonna go through this, move on to the next area. Welcome to our third location. This is I believe it's the Badlands Miner Outpost, and this creeper, he taught a lesson. There we go. So, I'm actually not sure, I've never encountered one of these before. See what it has for us. Fire caller. Oh wait. It's Great, well, I guess I'm gonna finish up here and then move on to the next thing. Okay, and for this episode, we've only got one more structure to go take a look at. I had to travel 20,000 blocks in the nether to find this structure. Here we go. Okay, and now that we have that structure, we can move on to the next part of our episode. I want to work on the zoo today. And what better way to start out than with a small exhibit? I'm gonna kind of do something similar to this one, but over here. And I think we're going to do the Roadrunner. Let's go ahead and get started with that. I have Phantom. It's fine. Deal with it later. Roadrunner. Actually, I changed my mind. We are going to take all this down here. Oi, I'm trying to film a video here. Go away. We're going to repurpose, since all of our nether mobs have escaped. Really, dude? Wait. We are going to actually repurpose this one for the Roadrunners. I'm going to try and keep all of the animals in relatively, like, the same domains. So, like, these two are desert. Let's go ahead and make this one desert. Okay. We have our Roadrunner exhibit. I went ahead and switched out the fences for iron bars just to, adds a little bit more visibility, at least this version of the iron bar does. And it just makes a little bit more sense. Roadrunners are in that chest over there just because it's going to be winter soon, and so I don't want the snow to build up and escape. Got him. Next, let's go ahead and work on aquarium. I think going to be the next thing that we work on. Okay, I have a pretty cool idea of what I want to do for the aquarium. We're not going to do it all today, just because it's going to take me a long time to build the actual entire building, because, like everything else in this world, aside from my actual house, I've made it massive. Why? I don't know. But the first thing we need to do, unfortunately, is we need to gather... Hang on, I have this written down somewhere. 5,150 red concrete blocks. So let's go ahead and start gathering red concrete. Do you like my octopus? I hope so. I hope y'all like it, because it took me so long to put this octopus together. That is why this video has taken me so long to actually put out. Just because this octopus took so long. Building anything organic looking is one of my biggest weaknesses in this game. Is also why I wanted to do the octopus. Because I wanted to get a little bit better at doing that kind of stuff. So yeah, this is what I have for the front of the museum, the aquarium. We'll have the entrance like right here. The big octopus sitting on top of it. I'll probably gotta do a little bit of terraforming just to clean up the sides and whatnot. And I might move the bridge down. I was thinking of making the bridge thicker, but I might end up moving the bridge down or adjusting these tentacles that they're up. I also might have to do a little bit more work on the octopus tentacles, just add in some color variation here and there, and like add in something that makes it look like the actual suckers are on tentacles. I also am probably going to start flattening this area so that we can get a proper train station in here. That way we can get the train up and running and we can actually start getting this area built out. Like, I know we already have a couple of exhibits. We have so many more animals put out and to save from being trapped in here, like toucans, crocodiles, slime. So after we get the aquarium finished, I think our next goal is going to be like a reptile house, or we'll work on the museum. However, that is going to have to be a next time thing, because the octopus took me so long to actually finish doing. This is where I'm going to end the episode. So thank you guys so much for watching. Before I end this episode, somehow my files, or some of the mods, I guess, have ended up becoming corrupted. So I'm going to try and repair the profile, because I want to be able to try and update the mod pack, because we are on a very outdated version of the mod pack. I'm not sure what's going to happen, so this might be the last episode. I'm really hoping it's not. So like I was saying, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you did enjoy. And as always, hope you have an amazing afternoon, night, or morning, depending on what time it is for you. And I'll see y'all, hopefully, in the next one. Bye!